Howdy folks, welcome to the brewery, and today we'll do our latest Brewventure beer. This is Brewventure number 6, hot on the heels of the crunchy dessert stout. We're into this one, another stout back to back, and it comes around just purely by coincidence, realistically. So quickly before we get into it, thank you to the supporters of the channel, Patreons guys, thank you for your support. Big shout out to Scott Adams, who's joined the fray only in the last couple of days, all the way over there in Canada. So, or as we like to call them around here, Canada. That's an in-joke. Anyway, my young bloke represented Canada once at the his primary school athletics bloody thing they did during the Olympics, and we've been a wholehearted Canadian family since. Anyway, links down the bottom for Patreon. Jump on if you're interested. There's bonuses for doing that sort of thing. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed so you don't miss anything, and give me a thumbs up just for the hell of it. But anyway, what I'm doing today is starting with this box here. As you can see, those who are in the know, all in brewing fresh wort kit. I've done one of, well, I've actually done a couple of the all-ins over the last few years. This is the second one in these new box formats. It's been a while since I've done one. I think it was like early last year I did the last one. But what happened with this is the local Mitre 10 had a clearance sale to get rid of some old stock at half price, and this is one of them. I've looked at this down there a few times, but just wasn't going to pay $50 for it. And half price, I thought, what the hell? So I went down to see what they had going, and this is what they had: Writer's Block Milk Stout. So I don't know if you can see it there. Anyway, so I grabbed that. Post up on Facebook asking for some ideas on where I could play around with do something different. So I didn't want to just do a milk stout. I've got plenty of stouts. So I wanted to play around with it. So ideas were coming at me, and for the most part it was add some chocolate, add some coffee, cold brew coffee, coffee beans, chocolate, cocoa nibs. Yeah, the standard sort of stuff. Wasn't a lot of real adventurous stuff getting thrown at me, and I was trying to think of different things, and the original thing I thought of was a black IPA. Was taking this and hopping the bejesus out of it, yeah, and going sort of that angle. Not really sure whether a milk stout was going to be the right beer as a base for that. So kept thinking, was chatting with the beer monsters probably around the same time as I grabbed this, and might have even been just before. We're talking about just some different ideas for different beers. And one thing I sort of come up while I was doing that was the idea of doing a brew with some caramelised pineapple. So I'm talking about fruits and stuff. And so I threw that around. I thought, oh, that'd be alright with, you know, like a nice IPA. Then started thinking about it a bit more, and I thought, hang on, why can't I do that with a stout? Turn this into a tropical stout. So over the course of about 3 days of thinking about it, this became the plan. So what we are doing, I'm going to take this fella, 15 litres, I'm going to top it up with 4 litres coconut water. So not normal water, I'm going to go to coconut water and get us some nice tropical coconut notes into the brew. And then what I'm hoping is going to be the star of the show, 2 pineapples. Queensland grown, well I assume Queensland, grown in Australia, so probably Queensland, but anyway, either way, grown in Australia. I'm going to chop them up. I'm going to caramelise them with a little bit of muscovado sugar. This will go into the bottom of the fermenter. This goes in, that goes in. A couple of packs of SO4, you know, pommy ale yeast. A couple of weeks time we've got a tropical stout. Hopefully with some really nice coconut and pineapple flavours. So that's the plan. So right about now I'm going to go inside and I'm going to chop these fellas up, get this into a pot and get these caramelised. I'm going to throw up some photos for you because the lovely wife is home and she's sick, doesn't want me carrying on too much in the kitchen while she's trying to bloody rest. So I'll take me camera, I'll snap up some shots. So I'm going to go into that. So what you're going to see first of all is me chopping up the pineapple. Then we'll stick the pineapple into a pot. We'll get it heating up. Add in some of our brown sugar. We let that cook for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, however long it takes to finish off. Then we'll get into a fermenter, so we'll find one of them. Righto, finished cooking up the pineapple. So the reality of that was that the idea of caramelising the pineapple was probably not exactly thought through completely. It turned in more of a stew than a caramelisation, but we combined the pineapple with the brown sugar. I cooked it for about 10 minutes just to start releasing some of the juices, then added the sugar, and I've stewed it then for about another half hour. So what we've got is the pineapple started to break down a little bit, and we've got a whack of this quite very sweet pineapple-y sort of juice. So I'm going to get that in. We've made a bit of a mess here getting the wort kit into the fermenter. They're always a bloody pain in the old arse getting them done, but Brewdog will clean the floor up tomorrow. Probably lost about maybe, yeah, I don't know, not a lot, maybe 150 mil on the floor. That's in there, and this is where we're going to start getting mysteries with the ABV and the gravity. So I'm not going to be able to get a gravity reading with that sugar in the pineapple. So I'm going to fly a little bit blind. Now, where are we, William Wise? Okay, so we're sitting about 17 litres there at the moment. Now, I just want to taste this bloody coconut water. Just to see how strong it is. Yeah. Okay, it's not that strong. So, given there's 17 litres in there, I might just use 3 of these and just get us to 20 litres and go with that. 3 of them. Righto, so that's 20 litres. That will do me. So I'm going to ferment this with 2 packs of SO4. So I'll pitch shortly. I'll give this a good shake, give it a good aeration. Pitch these. This will go in the fridge at 18 degrees and ferment as long as it takes to finish. So won't be an elaborate ferment. I'll give it probably about 5 days. Ramp the temperature up to about 22 for a couple of days to finish out. Quick cold crash for 2 or 3 days, and then get it into some bottles. So we'll be looking 5, 8, maybe 11 days target to get into a bottle, but that's going to depend on how our readings go. So I will calculate as best I can the sugars going in and get a rough calculation on what our starting gravity is, so we can get some idea of calculating some final gravity and a final ABV. So that's a so fingers crossed on how this one goes. So guys, gals, Brewventure number 6, tropical stout underway. I will update in the tasting on anything that gets added. I'm thinking maybe splitting half of this batch and putting it onto some rum chips, or maybe a little bit of rum, because why the hell not? Anyway, cheers everyone for watching. So tasting in probably about 6 weeks on this one. But between now and then, whether you're brewing beer, drinking beer, or talking beer, good brewing.